What's good, bro?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on the west side of downtown Atlanta. The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go here in Atlanta. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll take it for 4 yards on the game's first play. Here's 2nd and 6. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. He makes one-man miss, but stopped quickly as they hold him to a gain of 1. Here now, 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game. It'll bring up 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Hurts. And that is not going to work. Incomplete. And they turn it over on downs.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. Rookie from Washington on target with that one. It is a 1st down. Give to Robinson from the pistol. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll go again with Robinson. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. 1st down. They're going to go play action with Penix. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Early Werner. Touchdown, Atlanta. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll
right
get rid
there.
of it and complete it. It'll mark him down just shy of the 40. We are through one. 7-0 is our score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. So, from the 39, they come up on first and 10. They'll run it here with Saquon. Oh. Inside the 30. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Wow, I mean, he's going to be disappointed he wasn't able to take that all the way, but that's still a heck of a run. In the end, after a good tackle to save the touchdown, they're still going to be set up with first and goal.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. Here's Barkley. He slams it in there, and he is in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Ray McLeod on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Mike, I have to be honest. When offenses come up with run-play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes in the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time.
Robinson hit. He's lost the ball. The Eagles have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got it at the 7. And he's in. Harris, Campbell. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the gun, here is Pat. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you.
To the goal line and in. Devontae Smith, touchdown, Eagles.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Now the lefty Penix on first down. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
On second down, Penix. Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. They'll throw on first down with Penix. That's to the right side and incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Penix going to throw again. Open man, left side. He's got it. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. As the clock stops, 50 seconds to play until halftime. First and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw again, it's Penix. That's complete to McLeod. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Throwing again, it's Penix. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
He'll try to run for it.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
Now the Falcons will use their third and final timeout. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons will cut into that lead. 4 seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. McLeod now to return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Penix. That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. On second down, here's Penix. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. So on 4th down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. Take it in, back at his own 12. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Throwing is Hurts. Got a man. It's A.J. Brown brings it in. And he will take this one in. 82 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Elliott on now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Eagles will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
We'll go play action now with Penix. To the right, that's Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It is a big play there for the Falcons. It's a gain of 34. They'll run it here with Robinson. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Penix. He finds Darnell Mooney for the catch. And he'll be taken down. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Throwing is Penix. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Drake London. Touchdown, Falcons. Here's Coop for the extra point. He's got it. And the Falcons are able to cut the deficit to 10. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. And they'll throw here with Hurts. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Good awareness there on 3rd down. He's thinking there's nothing there. Tuck it and head for the sticks. He's able to get the 1st down himself, avoid any big contact. And the biggest thing is he keeps the drive alive.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. In trouble, and down he goes.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, He tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first.
You know at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Third and long for Hurts. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
I'll run up the middle with Barkley. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. They'll run the counter with Barkley.
Penetration is the key to run defense. Stop the running back before he has a chance to get started. That's exactly how it played out here.
On fourth down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. And he missed it. It's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
They'll come up for first and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. To throw is Penix. That's caught right side. It's London. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. On first and 10, it's Penix. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it'll lead to a second down. Again, it's Penix. Open man downfield, that's London. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. First and 10 at the 17-yard line. Now the lefty Penix on first down. And that's going to be intercepted by Darius Slay. And the Eagles are going to take over here at their own 22.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang six on the defense.
So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Barkley. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Here's a handoff to Barkley running left. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, and it comes with 15 seconds to play in the game. This one all but over. Here's third down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. He's going to take a shot down the field. That's incomplete. Daring ball on fourth down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time fourth down stop.
This one is hooking, and he missed it. No good. Wide to the left. And this will remain a two-possession game. They'll start this one with a three tight end look. Here's a handoff to Barkley. He'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. And right away, you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. And that'll do it. For my partner, Greg Olson, for our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
Damn, 13 for 23, 2 picks.
But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson out to his left. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. It's down to about the 37.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
2nd and 6.
Here we go. Set,
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Young will set to throw. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
First down, Panthers. Ready. Set.
Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Ready?
A give running right. It's Hubbard. Trying to turn the corner, but scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
On the double.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Down. Ready.
Throwing, Young. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
Let's go now. Right. Ready?
Here's Young. And it's caught. Touchdown. Adam Thielen from 6 yards away. And the Panthers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Now Wilson. Setting up the screen, Harris. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Play action. Now Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Zebra. Left hash.
Now it's Wilson. Williams brings it in. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Mike Williams, 37 yards. And the Steelers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Boswell good with the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Got a man. That's Leggett. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate.
They're trying for Sanders, but this is intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. 1 play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult.
Anything in the run game, case in point right there.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Running a jet sweep. This is Austin. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Calvin Austin taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Ready, ready.
The play fake, now Young, rolling to his left. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Down. Ready.
Now here's Young. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the